So this is the initial consultation with Chloe and her owner, and we're going to be looking at how Chloe responds to different dogs, different personalities.
Okay. Yeah. But you see how Cora's hackles are up?
What?
You see how Cora's hackles are up?
Oh,
The hair?
okay.
Yep. And so is so is Chloe's.
Yeah.
That's the fear.
Yeah.
Okay? That's normal. Like, yep. And notice how she gets closer to you.
Yeah.
It's starting to become a little bit more like that. But Cora's not giving a lot of energy back to that, right? She's not.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, okay, right? And this is where we have to see that she's scared,
Yeah.
but she's fine.
She knows that I'm also not scared.
She's fine, right? She comes out a bit. And so she took the opportunity because Cora's moving away, right? And So stand up, and what I want you to do is just continue to kind of just move around where if she comes by, you're just going to continue to move like, and you can walk all the way up front, wherever. Don't feel like you have to go in any kind of circle, and you don't have to be real like quick about the movement either. It's just you're going to kind of keep it moving if she's coming to be by you. Because you're kind of demonstrating that we're all good, right? That's it. She's like, save me,
Yeah.
right?
Or I'll protect you.
Yeah. And so she's coming to me. She's like, she's like, pick me up, save me, save me. That's how I see this. And then you're just blowing her off. It's not a big deal, right? And so Cora, she's and just ignore her.
Okay.
And because what you want to be is where we have to see like us as a leader from a dog's perspective, and we're just meeting her. So you don't want to start off with like necessarily like the weakness, the softness. You want to start off like, this is who I am, and if anything, I look to set boundaries, and so you'll just move. Yep. And what I'm looking at is just, can we organically just move through this with them without doing really anything, right? And it's just casual, no big deal. But notice how all of her energy's been really directed here, not even at me, right? Which is fine, but it could switch. She could then start to say, well, I have a problem with you too, but... And then you just casually move. Yep. And this is just the sign of the dog that's been spoiled. That's the sign.
I know.
And so we go, okay, that's what's happening. And right now, you know, she's having a big whole fit about this experience, but emotionally, she can't maintain this, right? She can't maintain it. So, yeah. So this is why, like, right now, it's not this thing that I feel like, oh, I really need to address. Like, she's voicing her opinion, and I'm seeing, can it just organically unwind if we just start moving forward in these experiences. And then if I need to step in, I can, but it's organic, right? But you see how Cora then takes opportunities to come up, and then she's more like, tuck tail, puts her butt down a bit.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know about this.
Butt.
But it seems like she's not looking to discipline once she's being checked out, but if Cora turns around, that's where she might feel more emboldened to like run after.
Went after the tail.
Yeah. And so she's like, oh, you're moving away, so now I'm gonna be like, yeah, and don't come back. Right? So I'm gonna move this chair to where it's not such in the way here. And it'll allow for a little bit easier of a moving. But so far I can't, it seems like it might be coming down a bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets sparked back up, but
Sure.
but she's very persistent.
Yeah. And stubborn.
Yeah, stubborn. Most of these Boston Terriers are. And then here we go again, back in. But notice how Cora's hackles are more down, right? I can't tell. Like it seems like hers are down too.
It's here, and then she's really like alarmed. Then you'll see it at the top.
Yeah. And then you'll just move away. Yeah. Yep. And then just keep walking. Don't apologize or hey, it's okay.
I just don't want to fall.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I've seen so many people just I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
After you get tripped they trip you up.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. She,
looking at me like you're just allowing this to happen.
Yeah. And because it's fine. Yeah. It's all good, right?
Mm-hmm. We're just trying to get her to see this.
And so we see this, right? We see this type of behavior, and we're like, all right.
I mean, I've literally picked her up before.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. And I've seen like you do it. You've been doing it over there, but this is why, like, she's like, I'm gonna come onto you. I'm gonna climb on your lap, and it emboldens her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what she's learned to do, and we got to start getting her to balance out and see you in a different light, so that ultimately she's gonna feel safer and secure, more safe and secure, and then learn better coping strategies. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But again, it's nice that she's not trying to bite me. Yeah. Because she did try to do earlier. And this is sometimes where we think this is cute, and we'll have them stand pretty and dance and all that. So we don't want to feed all that. And then you'll move. Yeah, whatever direction, doesn't matter. It's just kind of
moving away.
Yeah, so then it's like she can't use you as a means to become aggressive.
Okay.
And it's also kind of splitting her mind, because she's like, oh, where are you going? And then the dog's there, and then Cora comes up, right? But yeah, Cora then will come and put some pressure on, and I want to check you out. But you see what I mean by Cora? Like, she wants to come forward, and then she'll let them do what they need. Yeah, she's like, okay, geez. Yeah. I'm just trying. I'm now doing it to me.
Yeah.
What? She's just like, people now. Yeah. So perfect. We'll see. Does she say anything there? Nope. So this is like the exposure therapy, right? She's getting more. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's like running away and moving, and so she's just like, yeah, when I do this, everything goes away. Mm-hmm. I'm in control of my environment,
I know she doesn't feel in control.
Yeah. No, right now she's trying to. That's why she's trying to jump up and say, hey, can you save me? Can you pick me up? And we're like, you're fine. And now, I thought she was just going to come up and jump on me like that. It looked like she was coming over. She's like, how about you?
That direction.
But no, this is great. And so Any questions so far?
No, that's pretty great to even see. And she
Like this is awesome. Like look at that.
Yeah. and then even just Cora coming in and the worst. I thought the worst, and it really, like you said, it didn't even happen.
Yeah. It wasn't until she got down by you.
Yeah.
So it would have been really interesting. Like sometimes I go, I'm going to see it first without you around, but you know, I'm just going with the flow and going, hey, let's just do this thing together.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah.
But look at that.
I know. She's smiling.
Like and she's standing over there.
Yeah, she is.
Versus being right up on us, right? So the key here is not to get sucked into thinking like you're doing so good. Let me like, or she comes, oh, it's just so good. Don't be like that. You
always say something that's negative.
Yeah, what we don't like. And sometimes we have to just say something. We insert ourselves to remind them of who we are. It doesn't even have to be that they're doing something or something negative taking place.
Like the couch situation.
We could come in and I could just say, dominate, discipline them, have that conversation of, you remember who I am? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. So like, and then it helps you feel more emboldened. It reinforces your role in the relationship.
Well,
so say I brought Cora is just standing here, right? I could dominate, so I could move in towards her to remind her of who I am. Or say she, she is just here. I could chase her out of the bus just to let her know this is who I am. Okay. And it's something that human beings get caught in, thinking about good and bad, right or wrong. And you have to think, no, this is a way to like, hey, this is who I am. This is my ability. This is my role in our relationship here. Mm-hmm. So if I say you need to get out and they can't listen to me when nothing bad is happening, how are they going to do it when something something bad or negative's happening? So that's why you want to do it when things are going good. Mm-hmm. So even when two dogs are playing and it's going fine, it's a mock fight. They're challenging one another. Mm-hmm. So I come in and I stop it from time to time, even when it's going good, to remind them, reinforce my role is that I'm a leader. Mm-hmm. And I am the mediator. I stop these things. Mm-hmm. I take care of this. So then when it prepares us for the real fight.
Yeah.
And we end up usually not having as big of a problem if we're stepping in and reminding them from time to time. Because what happens is they start to challenge each other and they climb and if we're just on the sidelines, if we're just on the sidelines all the time, we're not part of it. We're not a part of the pack. And so they need to know who we are within this. And we're a leader, which can kind of feel like a killjoy, where we're saying, knock that off, stop this, but it's necessary, like you said. And so when you see at a dog park and two dogs are playing and another dog comes in and stops them, that's our role. That's what we do. And we don't go to try to play with them because we don't want them thinking that they can challenge people. We don't want them thinking they can challenge our authority. No. I come in and I put a stop. So I see an opportunity and I go, I'm going to take that power away. Power is not given. It's taken. And so I need to insert myself and say, I'm the one that can run this thing. I shouldn't expect that it's just going to be appointed to me. I have to prove it, show it. And that's where, by you continuing to walk, as simple as this is, and being in this, you are like, we're fine. You're overreacting. You're looking here, you're seeing it, and you're saying, I don't need to intervene on this. You're voicing your opinion, you're scared and all this stuff, whatever. She's not going overboard. She's like, okay, let me come check you out. That's how I see this. Yeah, it's just this back and forth, you know?
Just not an opportunity to do this in like an organic setting a lot of things.
But if you would have been trying to pet her and try to soothe her and tell her this stuff like you were when you first came, that's a problem. And and then you are feeding and exacerbating the problem, the symptom. You know? So any questions about this? Okay.
Stay down.
And then toss it at her.
Oh.
Yeah. And then pick it up. And you want to think believability. Right now I know there'll be this hesitation, but think about that mother dog again. Wham!
These are 8-week-old puppies. The mother is teaching and communicating boundaries, as well as weaning them off milk. She is dominating and disciplining, intimidating them. This is how dogs communicate what they do not like. The intent, body language, and sounds are domination. The bite is discipline. When we communicate from an animal perspective, our dogs truly understand us.
Like, just very direct. This is what I mean. It's better to get your point across than to be like, hey.
So I've been throwing many things in
Yeah,
there. So.
yeah, no, I get it. I get it. But this is where she's been nipping you, time to nip her.
Okay.
You know?
Like,
but notice.
Yeah, she's away.
Yeah. And so you get home. Okay. So round 2. So far, a little bit different.
Yeah.
Right? But we'll see if that shifts. Different personalities can make her feel differently, you know?
Oh yeah, I see that for sure.
Okay. And then the shaking's in. This is her letting this go. Regulating, exactly. And so it's a positive. I go, good. Because she's not being aggressive.
While you were gone, I called her and I wanted to rub her, but then she jumped on me and I threw it and she went right back over there.
Yeah.
And then she was scared to come back again. But
and that's where it's going to be having to figure out, like, how does this work? She'll get more clarity as time goes on. And we can move through different things. But, like, you want to think about restructuring the hierarchy first. And when I get into stuff like this, I as much as I might want to pet them and everything, I'm gonna wait until, like, we go through it and they get through the other side and it's like they're fine, and then I look at petting them. And then when we get back into that, so then I'm not doing a lot at one time. It's like you let it come up and you let it come down. Yeah, let it come up and let it come down. And I wait for that down time. That's when you call them over. It's just easier at the beginning to kind of get a new feel for things. And then you're not doing it when it's like, like she's a little stressed, or you're finding that time where she's like settled.
Yeah.
And I always think about when I was in school, public displays of affection. You can't do it. Like, so when you're in this at first, I would hold off so that you're not potentially creating other issues that you might not be aware of yet. There's a lot going on, right? It's a social game that is actually being, and you can do the same thing where you can let him know your boundary, okay? And that's fine. But you see how she is. So if you're up for it, let's just rapid fire through some dogs and see. Like, I'm going to put a female now in, and we'll see, is there a difference with females? And this one dog kind of looks like Cora, so and it'll be Grace. But as I walk, you should see that he should just come with me, and he's connected. There's no need for the commands or come here and heel and all that. So I'm just going to move out. And right along. And then when I come back, we'll see what do we have. All right. Yeah. But what I like is that she's like, let me look for safety, right? That's all she's doing. And instead of like coming up and trying to jump on you and everything, because you set your boundaries now, right? So now she's like, oh, I don't know about doing that. So let me just move to safety. But this is really where the aggression's coming from, but we're emboldening her with that.
Yeah.
With this fear, this insecurity.
With this process, does she necessarily feel like safe with me because I'm just toning it down and let her know it is, or I guess?
Well, what she's gonna see is that ultimately the experiences she has, where you stepping in and controlling situations, being able to, like, say she's getting pressured by this dog, I come up and I tell that dog, back off.
Yeah.
This is how she's going to learn who I am. Like, yeah. And so right now, she's like, let me move under here, right? And that's fine. But like, she's just going, well, I've tried jumping up on you, and it didn't. You said something about that. So she's trying to figure this thing out. So she steps back and she says, okay, let me analyze what's happening. Let me take a look at this, versus just being in her typical, this is what I do. I'm going to react and I'm going to rah, 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 you know.
Help her awareness.
Yeah. So now she's then going to get different experiences, and we're going to move her through this thing where it's like you were talking about, you know, doing the work on your end, on your personal side. It's like, it's a journey.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we have to take her through, this journey. So at first, it's like, I say, this is better than her being aggressive. I'd much rather her look to hide and stay away than trying to move forward and attack or bite. Yeah. Right? And so then I go, okay, she's hiding. I could come and, come on. And I can bring her out where it's like, make her have to kind of deal with this a little bit, right? And then she might look to move back. That's fine. It was a little bit. You see?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I've gotten in the habit of like literally praising her like good girl.
Yeah.
And even I find myself, even when you were gone with the dog,
Yeah.
Even when she's doing that, oh, good girl. Like,
yeah. It's a habit.
It is.
And that's where I think that you need to stop trying to direct it at her. And you might think it and feel it. Good girl, like, okay. Like, so sometimes I'm like, okay, perfect. Like, this is good, like how they're doing this. But I'm not like, oh, good girl, you're such a good, okay? Like, it's a process. Just like, it's not gonna all click. Like, we can make cool strides, but there is a aspect of things take time.
Yeah.
Some more than others, and so see how she moved back to under the chair, safety. But if you think about it, we've told her to get off a chair. You said stop jumping on me, and we put her with the dog. Like, this is it. It's all, and this is what she's changed just with this little bit to be thinking like this.
Yeah.
Versus thinking about continuing that behavior of lunging and barking, and, right? But this is just where it takes time. So So then what we can look at is where I'll remove this one, and then I'll bring in the other two, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay.
Excellent soup. It's a very simple thing, and then you blend it up and put pasta in it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. See how she's just hiding like this? So I'm gonna then pick this up. Come on. And then come on. And then look. Shh. Hey. Hey. Okay. And come on. Come on. Come on. And again here. Shh. Hey. Ah. Ah. Go. Ah. So I'm relieving the pressure from the dog, right? And come on. And her showing this fear can attract dogs. Okay? Yeah. And so some dogs are going to want to take advantage of that. It brings out the prey drive. And other dogs are going to leave her alone. But they can become very attractive. But I'm just looking to get her into the mix. But she, and she's wanting to run, and I'm just evaluating her a bit,